Hello everybody, welcome to the White Tiger Tarot. Thank you so much for being with me here today. Today's pick a card is advice and messages to get you through a certain situation that you may find yourself in. So basically today we're looking at a point of struggle. Now this point of struggle is gonna look different for everybody. So this could be something very small and minor for some, and it could be something larger, something a little heavier to get through at this time, maybe a blockage. Maybe it's just a situation you need some advice in, how to move on, how to get past, or maybe how to just, what's the best way to be in this space? Okay, so it's gonna be different for every single pile. And we're, of course, like always on this channel, we're gonna let spirit guide us completely from beginning to end with, I do not pre-plan or pre-pick anything. So spirit guides us the full way forward. So today we're doing things a little bit differently. We're going in with a little bit more of a plan. This is what spirit wanted for today. Okay, so we have a point of struggle. Okay, that's what we're gonna open with. And then we're gonna go to advice, and then we're gonna go to an outcome. All right, so I mean, I'm not necessarily going to do like a Celtic cross or anything like that, but we're going to have more of a focus as far as this is what we're dealing with, then this is the advice, and then this is the outcome. Okay, and we are continuing with our pick a number way of picking a pile. If you struggle with, you know, the more just basic ways of picking a pile, or you have yet to really develop that sense of maybe visual intuition, and that's not, you know, that's not easy for everyone. That's not everyone's cup of tea, and I understand. So now if you would like to choose a number from 1 to 12, okay, 1 to 12, this could be a random number that you just pick in your head. This could be your favorite number. This could be your birth month. This could be your life path number. And if it is your life path number, you can use the number 12 as 22. Okay, that could represent 22. And yeah, so that is all for now. We're gonna pick numbers now for pile 1. We have the Pastoral Tarot and the Jade. Okay, and we're gonna pick 4 numbers for each pile. So get your number ready. If you have not yet picked a number, you can pause the video now. All right, so for pile number 1, we have number 9. We have, here, I'll just leave it here. We have number 12. We have number 10. And number 3. Okay, so pile number 1 is 9, 12, 10, and 3. We are now going to move on to pile number 2. Okay, the Hieronymus Bosch with the rhodonite, and number 6. $11. 8 and 7. Pile number 2 is 6, 11, 8, and 7. And now pile number 3. Okay, we have the Medieval Feathers Tarot with the Howlite. All right, and 4, 2, 1, and 5. Okay, so those are our 3 piles today. I'll give you guys some time to meditate if you need, and I will see you in your pile. Hey, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. All right, this is your reading. If you chose pile number 1 with the Pastoral Tarot. And if you weren't here for the intro and you're like, what are all these numbers? Okay, now we are introducing a new way to pick piles through numbers. So if you like that next time, you know, sit tight in the intro and then we pick numbers. And the way we're structuring today's reading is actually we're going to do a little bit more of a focused reading. We're going to do a point of struggle, advice on this point of struggle. It could be small struggle, it doesn't have to be large. For some it's going to be bigger, for others it's going to be, you know, more of a smaller thing. And then we're going to get advice, and then we're going to have an outcome. Okay, so that's kind of how we're structuring today. We're going to start with your Pastoral Tarot and then move on from there. And I'm just going to put your numbers to the side, and I'll put your stone here, and we'll begin. Thank you guys so much for coming today. I love you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have a good read today. Okay. Point of struggle. Wow, already. We got a very fast message. So, I mean, for point of struggle, we have the 5 of Wands. Okay, and then we got a second card, and we have the Empress. 5 of Wands and the Empress. So with the 5 of Wands and the Empress together, I'm seeing your point of struggle is almost in like coming into the ease of receiving and coming out of competition, or feeling like to manifest something, like it has to be a struggle. It has to be hard. Like your point of struggle is thinking it has to be a struggle. It has to be difficult. It has to, like, I have to go up against an opponent. I have to become better and stronger and wiser, and it feels like this competitive thing, or this like trying very hard to get something done, or to go towards something. See how like opposite these energies are? Like these are like going up, like head to head, like you know, very much in the masculine. And then there's the Empress, which is like the feminine embodied, right? She is the receiver. You know, she is, and she allows, and things come to her. You can see the butterflies coming to her. It's everything she wants and needs comes to her easily. And because she allows, because she sits in the feminine and her receptivity and allows everything to be, and doesn't feel the need to go out and struggle and make something happen and, you know, create some kind of, difficulty or competition. It's like your point of struggle is going from the masculine to the feminine. Going from, or like having a hard time perhaps relaxing or letting go or flowing and getting into the receptive mode, relaxing into the knowing, you know, that something will manifest for you without you having to fight for it or struggle or pushing, fighting, making it happen through sheer, you know, trial and error or sheer will. Okay, it's that, and you know, there always is a time and a place for this, but it's like, but that's your difficulty at this time, something that you're struggling to do or get into the groove of, is to just chill and allow and almost switch into the opening and receiving. And maybe you didn't even realize this was your struggle. Okay, maybe you're like, why isn't it manifesting? Why isn't this happening for me? And this is telling you why. Because this isn't going to come in by you like going up head to head, trying to make it happen, being the first, being the best, being the, you know, putting out the most effort or work. It's like, it's an energetic thing. It needs to come through your allowance, your trust that it's going to happen, becoming magnetized, becoming a magnet for what you want, and allowing it to come to you. Okay? And then you're going to see your manifestation happen and be born. Okay? It's like she is pregnant, right? But she's not going out and trying to you know, I got to go and gather parts to make a baby. It's like she's making the baby. She doesn't have to do anything to make the baby. All she has to do is nourish herself, okay, in order to grow and create what she wants to create. Okay, she doesn't have to go out, prove that she's the best baby maker, the best mother, the best nurturer, the best creator, because she is. Okay, and maybe for some it is this like feeling the need to prove yourself. And this is saying you already are it. You already contain the energy. You're already doing it. Okay, you don't have to try so hard. You don't have to try to be the best or go out there and prove yourself. Okay, because you are the Empress. You are this creator. You already are the best. And you need to see yourself as that. There is no competition for the Empress. The Empress isn't in a competition. You can't compete because she stands alone. Okay? She knows who she is. She's in her own flow, in her own energy. She trusts in the magnetization of that. She trusts in herself, in the beauty of everything she is and everything that is produced out of her, because it's in flow with nature. She's in flow with nature and the creative power of nature and the cycles of nature. Okay, and so it's coming out of the need to make it happen, to, you know, need to prove, need to fight and struggle and yeah, like put it out there so much, and into the trust, into the flow, into the ease, into the relaxing, nourishing yourself, making yourself feel good, and making sure that you open up to flow, open up to receive, matching yourself to the vibration of having what you want. Okay, knowing you deserve what you want and you deserve the life that you're attracting. Okay, that you are that energy. All right, and so coming into that power and that knowing. Okay, because when we're in this energy, we're saying, okay, I need to make it happen. I'm not there yet. I'm not in that. I'm not, you know, I need to struggle and strive and strife. And that's saying I still have work to do. I still have a ways to go. But the truth is that you don't. Okay, that you already are, and you just need to come into that vibration that you already are. You need to believe that. You need to come match your mind with your body, come into more alignment within body, mind, and spirit. And maybe that means coming more into the body and making yourself feel good and doing things that make you feel comfortable and luxurious and beautiful, and, you know, going out in nature more, connecting with that, connecting with something else, you know, inside but also outside of yourself that brings peace and flow. Okay, so we're gonna get some advice here, further advice. same deck. All right, so some advice. Okay, so we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so it's like you're trying to make something grow, something happen in your life. And because it's not maybe happening on your timing, you're like, you know, I've been working on this for so long, you know, where is it? It's like there's this longing, right? There's this longing. And so I kind of get nervous that it's not coming. And so that brings me back into the striving, trying to make it happen, pushing, right? But that's like, and then you feel depleted, okay? You're left feeling tired and even more impatient, okay? Because it's not going to come from this energy. It's actually going to come from this energy of not sitting and where is it, but sitting and saying, I've already come so far. This is coming into gratitude of everything that's already here. And this is going to sound, for those, I know it because I've been here. It's like, this is not what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear that I can make this happen, that I can go towards this and make it happen and effort it into being. It's like, no, okay, that's what you want to hear because that's what's easy for you. But what's not easy for you is to come into the relaxation and the patience that everything has its time and its season and that everything is working, it is happening, but you have to allow it. And you're looking out and seeing this like nothing's happening. Like there's nothing there. There's no branches on my tree, right? And it's making you feel down or anxious, worried that it's never going to happen. But it is happening, okay? And that you have to just allow things, right? It's like it's a season. I keep forgetting that. It's like you're looking out during winter being like, where is my plants? Where is my growth? Well, it's not the season for it just yet, right? It's still winter. So you just have to have Seven of Pentacles, the patience and the knowing that I can only do so much and I can't make this happen before it's time for it to happen. As much efforting and as much stress as I want to put into this, it's not going to make it happen. And so take it easy. That's your advice, is to take it easy with yourself, with this. Know that everything's going to happen when it's time, and know that you've done everything right and you've done everything you could do to prepare the ground, okay, and plant the seeds. It's like you've been doing it and you've been doing the right things. You've been pruning, you know, but this is just saying you can't stress something and worry something into becoming. Okay, you can just maintain and nurture, right? Like the Empress, but make sure that you're feeling good, that you're taking care of yourself, and that you have to allow things to happen when it's time for them to happen, right? We have to work with nature. You can't you trying to fight against timing and nature is just making you struggle. It's making you suffer. Okay, look, we have a little watch here. You're like, what? Like, where is it? You know, where's my manifestation? Where you're just waiting for it. But it's like, you just have to have some more patience. And I know that's like a swear word when it comes to these things. I get it, really. But it's the truth. And the truth is that you can enjoy this stage where you're at, you know, that you are safe, that you are doing enough, that it is happening, okay? But it's like, but you're not gonna get watermelons in December, right? I mean, maybe in certain climates, right? But it's like, but in yours, You're trying to make something happen when it's just not quite there yet. Okay? And it is happening. It is coming. We just have to allow it to come in its time. Okay? And it is coming, I promise you. So try to struggle less and come into the trust and faith. Trust and faith. And you can relax and you can enjoy your time and you can relax a little bit. Like, you know, you don't have to make it such a struggle to get there, knowing it is coming, right? And I can enjoy my time and I can relax a little bit and I can chill and I can read a book and I can do some laundry and I can just go for a walk, and I don't have to like always be putting every second of stress and worry and struggle into trying to make this happen before it's ready. It's like a waste of time and a waste of energy, and it's making you feel depleted and empty and without, when you could be giving yourself, you know, this connecting with the trust and the faith and the energy and nature, and trusting that, and trusting they're going to give everything you need plus more than you think. Okay? And just talk with it. Talk with God, talk with Mother Nature. Okay? Go out and connect with that, and you'll get that sense of peace and knowing that, okay, you know, I can relax a little bit. I can chill into this. I can let it happen. I can feel fulfilled and feel whole right now. I don't have to wait for this to happen, because I know I'm doing everything I can, and I know I'm in the process of it. And in that, even though it's not a full baby yet, it's not in the outer world yet, I know that it's being created within me. And right now, when you're in the worry, it's like you're starving the baby of nutrients, of food, of vitamins and minerals that it needs to be its fullest and healthiest self. So by you being like, where is it? It's not here. Oh my gosh, what if it doesn't happen? That's all those worrisome thoughts and stress and anxieties that that's what you're feeding this manifestation or this project or this creativity or this creation. Okay? When what you need to be doing is just giving it love and respect and honoring it, and honoring when it's time. It's like, imagine you took a baby out of the womb before, you know, it was fully developed. It's like, what? Like, you wouldn't want that, right? That's not going to be good, and it's not going to be healthy. So you need to allow it to become its best and most beautiful and most full and healthiest version of itself. And by doing that, that means you have to be taking care of yourself to your fullest and best capabilities. Giving yourself the best food, making your body and your mind feel good by connecting with nature, by meditating, by exercising, by doing those things that make your energies the most full, your thoughts the most highest and positive about your day-to-day life and about this thing and about yourself. Okay, you have to make sure your health is good, especially your thought health. Okay, knowing that it's happening, believing, you know, seeing, visualizing the best, focusing the most on the good and the fullness of this thing. Okay. And so we're gonna go to outcome. We have one card. So we have the Hierophant. I'm gonna get another card. Okay, no, but I'm gonna do the bottom of the deck. Okay, look at that. The Hierophant and the World. And we have the Four of Wands. So I'll take all of these. at the end of this, you're going to have the keys. Okay, you are going to have the keys to what you wanted to do. You are going to be the person to do this. Maybe it's you being a teacher, becoming a leader, becoming a parent, becoming a guide, a healer. Okay, it's going to be different for everybody, but the end result is you being the wisest, most balanced person for this job. Whatever you are going into or you're manifesting, you are in the process of becoming. Okay, becoming your highest version of self, becoming the one that can pass along information and wisdom and taught lessons. And so right now you're in the process of learning those lessons and learning how to process and understand patience. Hierophant understands patience. It's one of the hardest lessons to learn. It's one of the hardest things to get on board with. It really is. But if you can do it, you become the master. You become the master of seeing everything in hindsight and seeing and having that deep understanding that if it's not here yet, it means it's not ready. Okay, and there's a deep, deep wisdom in that, and a deep wisdom in finding the blessings and the gratitude in every process of the manifestation or the process within the process, right? It's like, okay, this is where I'm at. I'm still happy. I'm still comfortable. You know, I'm good within myself. That's the point of this, is that you got to find the peace and the love within yourself. That's the Empress, before you see it on the outside. Okay. And so that's what you're in the process of doing, is being less on the outside and less with the struggle and the making it happen, and coming into peace and knowing and abundance, matching the vibration of what you want in your outer world within yourself first before it happens. Okay. And getting into that comfortability. And that's the Hierophant. That's the Hierophant. That's like the highest level of the Empress, really, because it's having learned everything, why everything had its timing, right? Having the wisdom of, it gives me that yes, that Empress, that Venus, that love, that attraction. But then there's also this like Saturn aspect of the patience and the discipline. You know, that's when you get the keys. That's when you've gained all of the knowledge through the experience of, okay, this was that phase and this is what I learned. And okay, now I see, and becoming that really stable figure within yourself, that it doesn't matter what's happening on the outside, you're balanced, you're golden within yourself, right? You understand why now you're not upset when something doesn't happen, because okay, that wasn't meant for me. It's not the time for it, or that wasn't the pathway forward. So it's less being attached to the outcome and coming into the deep understanding and wisdom that everything has its time, that not everything is meant for me, and that I don't see the big picture, right? I don't always see the big picture. And so I have to get into the now and into the gifts that are here, and knowing that God is taking me on a much grander plan than I even know and can see and can understand. And that is your outcome, okay? That is your outcome. And I just saw 28. Okay. The World and the Four of Wands. A successful outcome, reaching your goal, okay? Having celebration, reaching some kind of major milestone, okay? Having some kind of freedom, feeling free, wow, major, getting somewhere, getting to a certain point, okay? Reaching the end of a massive cycle, reaching a big manifestation, all right? and feeling the freedom in that, feeling the celebration, feeling the togetherness, feeling this elated sense of, wow, that was big. You know, that was big for me. That I made it through. I came out. You are coming out the other side very successful and very happy, and much more free, and also much wiser. Okay, so you are having success. You are going to get through this with flying colors. Okay, with a major success, and so there's really, this worry is such a small part of it, and it's so limiting, right? It's so limiting. It takes us out of the big picture. It's like, if you could just see what's actually manifesting, what's actually happening, you would be here because you're in trust. You're knowing, oh my gosh, there's just so much happening for me, right? And so I'm going to be grateful for everything that's around me right now, in that trust, in that knowing that I truly am creating something big, that God and me are co-creating a beautiful life, maybe a beautiful home, maybe it's a beautiful, creation of yours. It has to do with your stability and your freedom, and you're really going to feel that freedom. You're really going to feel like, wow, I've been so looked after. I can't believe I worried. I can't believe I was stressing, right? I've gotten through so much. Now I'm on the other side. Now I can teach the lessons that I've learned. It's really creating you into a very wise character, a wise teacher, a leader, someone, with lived experiences, with, I really worked and I did what I needed to do, and I learned how to balance, and I learned how to trust in faith. And by doing that, it made the whole process a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. And I got to where I was going. I made it through something difficult. I got to a major milestone in my life, and then the process all starts again, and it constantly does that. But you are going to get to the end of the goal here. You are going to make it to the end of the tarot, the world, the successful completion, where you level up, all right, where you level up and you celebrate, okay? And so we're going to get you an affirmation card before we go. And I know you're like, I want a timing. So we can try our best. Rose quartz, there we go. Self-love. I approve of myself and love myself deeply and completely. And that's the Empress. It's like you really do need to connect in with as much self-love right now and as much nourishment as you possibly can. That is your advice. Okay, that's what's going to help this go faster and easier, and make this manifestation that much more healthy and full and vibrant and everything that you want it to become. The more self-love you can give yourself, the better. Okay, the better that it will all work out. The easier this process will be. Yeah. And we'll try and get some kind of timeline for you, even though I don't really have timing card. Actually, you know what? Okay, we'll get you guys one last card. I don't know if this is going to tell us much about timing, but they're pointing me to these chakra cards, so that's what we're going to do. But I think the point is for you to get away from timing. Get away from timing. Get away from waiting and where is it, and just get into the trust. Let that go and focus on you. Focus on self-love. Focus on making yourself feel good, and that's really what's going to move this. There we go. Look at that. They just want you to know, okay, completion. That you are completing something major in your life is finishing. Okay, we see like there is a grave here, right? There is there's a sadness, yes, but there's also the sun coming up. There is something major being completed in your life, a huge transformation happening in your life, I think within yourself, but also in your outer world. And you are coming to the completion of this. Okay, just know that fact. Look, the sun is coming up, that you will not be in, mourning, or where is it, or when is this going to get better or feel better, okay? That it truly is coming to a completion, coming to an end, okay? And you will have this outcome, this beautiful, beautiful outcome, this very positive, high vibe outcome that you've been desiring and wanting and working toward, okay? It is happening. The completion is almost here. So just get into the feeling good and feeling like it's already there, and knowing that it is happening, and just trusting. You won't miss it. You won't miss out on anything. You'll be at the right place at the right time. Trust in that, okay? Trust that everything that you desire and deserve are yours. They're already yours, and you don't need to work so hard for them. All you need to do is maintain, give yourself self-love. That's all, okay? You are getting to the end, to the completion, my pile number ones, okay? So thank you so much for coming to reading today. I hope this was helpful for you. Please let me know in the comments if it was. And also let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel so you never miss another reading. And if you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me down in the description box. I also have some energy healing there as well if you're interested. If you have any questions, you can email me, which is also down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, pile number one. All of my love. Peace. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be your reading about advice on something that you might be struggling with at the moment. Okay, a point of struggle for you. This could be small, could be large for some, small for others. All right, it's going to be different for everyone, but we're going to take a look. Sorry, just one of my hairs. And if you missed the intro, I'm doing this new thing where we're picking numbers. So if you're like, what is all that? These are the numbers that were chosen for pile number two. Okay, so we have 6, 11, 8, and 7. All right, I'm just going to put these off to the side. And you guys chose your rhodonite here. And this is a deck that we're going to be using. Oh yeah, I'll give you the rundown if you missed it. So we're looking at a point of struggle. We're going to get some advice and an outcome for you guys. Okay, so doing things a little bit differently, a little more structured today. Just to give you some real grounded advice. Okay, point of struggle for my pile number twos. They might be struggling with. Okay, we got 2 cards here. We have illumination, revelation, knowledge, light, and darkness. This is the Hermit card. Just make sure you can see that. See like a light. Then we have the Queen of Birds, dull outlook, austerity, piety, and knowledge. You have knowledge twice. It's funny, the nest on the head it made me think of basket case. You might be in a time of maybe withdrawal, or like a time of kind of quiet. And this is basically for you to maybe work something out within yourself, okay? So we have the Hermit. We have the Queen of Birds. It's very much like, reminded me of the Queen of Swords. Like, obviously we see the bird on the head. Dull outlook, knowledge. It's like changing your perspective on something, seeing something in a new way, being illuminated. It's like whatever you're in right now is for you to have some kind of revelation, some kind of awakening, seeing something in a new way, enlightening you in a certain way. Maybe you're here to learn something, okay, to see something, to expand yourself, your mind. Maybe some of you, it feels like you're walking in the dark, and it's difficult to have like a bright outlook because everything feels dark. It feels unknown. It feels like it's this dull outlook and light and darkness. It's like, I don't know if you need to be the light. You need to create your own light, create your own way, or like it doesn't need to be dark. It's like you're creating, like you have this dull outlook, but what you're in this space, because maybe you're like, well, I don't really see much, right? But it's like you're almost there to turn on your own lights, create your own way, see your own way, you know, be the light, instead of having to have the light from the outside. It's becoming the light. Creating the light. I almost want to read this one out of the book. They keep kind of directing me to do that, so I'm going to grab the book here. Birds. It's a bit different because there is a Queen of Swords in this deck. They have like extra suits. Okay, it says, a walking nun's head with an owl perched in her crown. The Queen of Birds is a strange creature, but is filled with knowledge and piety. Or piety. I don't know how to pronounce that. Her unnecessary parts have been eliminated. Only her mind and her feet remain. The owl has nested in her hair, is the result of her spiritual knowledge. Her eyes, and those of the owl above her, see everything with perfect clarity and understanding. The Queen of Birds holds her words and only speaks to teach or enforce commands issued from a higher power. Oh, wow. Look closely at the woman in the back of the crowd on the ignorance card with a bird on her head. There is our Queen of Birds, calm, composed, and keeping her thoughts to herself. She silently communicates with the viewer. This figure may represent a mother or grandmother figure to the reader. Interesting. So that's very, very cool. So with the Hermit, these two pair really well together. It's that having a time to go within, and it's like this is a time for you to really get to know yourself, go deep within your spiritual knowledge. I think you're in this time to have some kind of major revelation or awakening, and yeah, maybe that means, and there's like that wisdom or that teaching within not having to speak. It's interesting because the Hermit is like, it's that Virgo energy. It's mercurial, right? So it is about communication, but this is almost about inner communication and developing that deeper, developing your communication with spirit, with God, and maybe that's why you're in this space. Maybe you don't have a lot of people to communicate with right now, or you don't have a lot of outer interaction much right now, but that's only for you to connect in tune in with yourself and with the unseen worlds, communicate deeper and more clearly with that part of self, with the spiritual world. And gaining knowledge, gaining wisdom, gaining this, deep inner rich world where it's like I don't have to feel like I need to be the loudest one or the, the biggest personality. It's like it's really developing this richness within self and developing that inner communication, inner wisdom, inner knowing, inner enlightenment. So we can get that revelation that's this light bulb is going on. I want to know more about this. I'm going to read the illumination as well. Because why not? Knights in armor are crawling out of a lit lantern, surrounded by other knights and strange creatures. Again with the strange creature. That's what we said here. She's a strange creature. And maybe that's what you feel like. Maybe you're in a space where you feel like a strange creature. You feel like different. And maybe this space is making you feel that way. But I think it's a very positive thing. I think you should own that about yourself. And that it's like you have this really rich inner world, or this like deep spiritual information or wisdom that not many people do. And so maybe you look strange to people. Maybe you stand out. The people inside the lantern seem to be content where they are, but one knight reaching from the top of the lantern is striving for something further away. Despite achieving enlightenment inside the lantern, this knight is not content and wants to achieve an even greater goal. He represents the higher self, striving for something better. Classically, card 9 in the tarot is the Hermit, an old man holding a lantern. Contemporary scholars connect the Hermit with alchemical traditions and hermetic rituals, with the lantern symbolizing hidden occult knowledge. Bosch's lantern represents the light of knowledge and the contentment of the knights within, providing a marked contrast to the chaos raging outside. They have found inner knowledge, freely accessible by anyone willing to step away from the hurly-burly of everyday life and engage in meditation until their eyes open in enlightenment. Illumination is the opposite of ignorance. Even though there may be horrors hiding in the darkness, we must not fear to hold up the lantern to see what dangers lie ahead. So that's that knowledge, right? That knowledge that, yes, there may be things in the unknown that I might face, but I have this deepness within me. I have a connection to something greater and higher that I can always call upon. And I think whatever space you're in is cultivating that, and cultivating less fear, getting away from fear and into that solidifying, I have something greater here. I'm connected to something greater. I am illuminated, or I'm being illuminated in a deeper sense. I think you are already someone who's very, very illuminated and wise. Okay. But yes, there might be something. It's like you might be in this culmination area, or cultivating, right? To move on from this period of your life of the inner look. It's like you've achieved some kind of enlightenment, and so now it's almost like now you have this tool, you have this lantern to light the pathway forward. So it's like this will be useful to you, because you're not meant to stay on the mountain. You're not meant to stay healing. You're not meant to stay, this always meditating, always healing person. You are meant to move on and go into the crowd, right? And be seen, even though you might seem like a strange creature. Okay, we're gonna get more. We're gonna get your advice, but I really feel like your advice is going to explain a little bit more to us. Okay, so we have the Prince of Birds, friendship, helpfulness, gratitude, beautiful. And death, transformation, death, bad luck. The bottom of the deck, we have the Barrel Boy, stillness, patience, inner reflection, restraint. This is the Hangman. So we're gonna take that as well. Oops. Whoa, that was crazy. These two cards flipped out. It was funny. These were on the bottom, right? In reverse. So I wasn't gonna take them. And then it just like they flipped. I hit it weird. It flipped and we have the World. Wow. Perfection, completion, victory. Religion. So I think that we want to take that one as well. I think that was meant for us to take. Okay. So there's two images of this man, or this boy, being fed by a creature. Whatever space that you've been in was feeding you. It was feeding you knowledge, information. It may not have been comfortable, but it's like it was nourishing you. Like, this boy doesn't seem like he's in pain. Neither of them do. And this says friendship, helpfulness, gratitude. Right? It's like, it's nourishing. It's been nourishing. This is your advice. We have death. So we have transformation. And that's... And the arrow is pointing at the barrel, at the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is similar energy to the Hermit because it's singular. It's like solitude. It's inner learning. It's to see a new perspective. It's to be without outer distractions so that we can enlighten ourselves, illuminate ourselves, see certain things in a new way. And so this is what's transforming. It's like there were things that were giving us nourishment in this time of solidarity or like solitude. Okay, we were getting nourishment from this point in our lives, but it's almost like that source of nourishment is now changing to outer, where now we leave the solitude, now we go into the crowd, now we're seeking outward again, now we're going back out into a different environment where our nourishment is going to come outwardly with friendship and helping each other and gaining gratitude that way. It's like this was the healing time, right? Gaining knowledge, staying, within the lantern, going on the mountain, meditating, healing, but we've gained enlightenment. right? We've changed our outlook. We've seen all of the, maybe the pain or the suffering or the difficulty in our lives as nourishment, right? We saw the lessons. We saw the what it was there to give us, right? And so we took it as nourishment, and we used it, and now it's time for that. Now it's time to transform. Now the situation's transforming, and we see that with the world here. It's like now this time in our lives is coming to an end, is coming to a completion, perfection, completion, victory, religion. Seeing the full picture, seeing the why, seeing how we got here and the purpose for it all, using everything that, all the pain, all the suffering, or all the, you know, seeing it for what it truly was, which was nourishment all along, right? Which was giving to us all along, even if it wasn't always comfortable. It's like we got comfortable in the uncomfortable. And it's like, now we got to move on. Now we have to continue forward out of the hermit phase, out of, you know, the learning and the going within and the meditating, the healing. And now it's time for the new phase in which we get nourishment by working in community, working with others, feeding each other, helping each other. That's, you know, being gratitude within relationship, within community, being in communion with others. And so that might look like literally working with animals. That could look like just coming out and being in a new community, or being a part of something new, where it's no longer going to be this really solo journey or inward journey, or, you know, going within and healing, which is, you've probably been in that for a long time. Okay. Now it's time to come out. Now it's time to go outward, seek something more, seek something. It's like, they always say, like, you know, a monk can go into the mountains and gain enlightenment. And, you know, it's easy to be enlightened in the mountains because you don't have all these distractions, right? But the real work comes when they go back out into society. And that's actually part of it too, is to go back out into the world and live in that way, and live as an enlightened being out into the world. And so that's a big part of it. It's a big part of, you know, well, now take everything you've learned and this knowledge, you know, and this wisdom, and work with others, and create with others, and build communication, build community. It was like you've done all of the inner communication, and now it's almost time to go on the outside with it. Seek something outward, walk on, you know, it's time for the next phase. You've transformed, you've seen, right? You've taken the nourishment, you've taken everything as a gift, you've forgiven, you've let go, you know, you've really come out the other end. You've really taken the nourishment that was there to be given to you. And you saw it that way. You saw it in a new way. You don't see it as like, oh my God, this thing is puking all over me. Like, it's like, I don't see it as pain anymore. I see it as a blessing. I see every single thing as a blessing. Every hardship, every moment, you know, I see it now. I see it. And that's the completion. That's, you're ready. You're ready to move on. You're ready to move forward. That's the enlightening moment, that now you can move beyond. Okay, so we are now going to get your outcome. I'm just gonna. Okay, outcome. sin of envy, unhappiness, seeking change, discontent. River to hell, movement, journey, difficulty, struggles. Wow. And the dreamers, sleep, dreams, visions, inspiration. The dreamer, that is the star. River to hell is, I believe, the tower. Yes, 16. 16, 17, tower and the star. Then we have the sin of envy. Sorry, I just need a moment. Sometimes these cards, you have to decode them a little bit. Yeah, so we see it seeking change. There's seeking. There's movement, journey, this inspiration, this dream. I almost see you as you are going, I feel like you're going to be envied. I just want to get a bit of clarity. Maybe we'll look at the bottom. Ascent of the blessed. Yeah, rebirth, recognition, assistance, promotion. So you are being brought into the light. You are, it's like you are coming into the light. You are really achieving a big dream. And it's interesting because I was trying to feel out, right? Because these cards, they look dark. They have some darker keywords. So you really have to allow your intuition to pick up what the message is. It's a little bit hard, like it takes a little bit more time to get into. I feel like you've overcome something in this time. Maybe at one time you had envy, right? Maybe at one time that was something that you were struggling with. But I really feel like this outcome is you overcoming those darker things that may have once plagued you or been, you know, ruled over you. And I think you're now, you let your dreams and aspirations lift you up. And so we're going to keep this card. You are being brought into the light. You are ascending. You are going to be one of the few who are extremely blessed because of the sacrifices you made and how you were able to change your perspective about everything that happened in your life. Change your thoughts, change your reactions, right? And so you change your outcome. You are being lifted into a very high place, high frequency that I think a lot of people are not going to have not done and are not going to be able to do. And so I think you might be here to help people ascend that might feel like they're in their own version of hell. Okay? It's like there's so much to this message. You have the bone. You have the bone that people want. You have something people want. And so that means people are going to look at you. You're going to have to deal with certain things, right? You are going to reach your goal, your dreams, okay, your desires and your wishes. But I think a lot of people around you are going to experience maybe something opposite of that. And so with this blessing, there's going to be great blessings happening around you because you're achieving something that was once just a wish and a dream, right? But with knowledge, with truth comes responsibility and comes difficult truths, comes darkness. When you're a light, right? When there's light and there's such a bright light and you become that light and you see the light, it's also surrounded by so much darkness. And so though you have something that you've wanted and that makes you happy and, allows you to be this beautiful light and you get to experience something of great beauty, it also comes with a struggle and a difficulty that surrounds it through other people, through their envy of you and what you have and what you've been able to attain, not seeing that you went through your own river of hell to get to this place, that you had to go through your own version of hell and back, right? That you had to go into it, go there in order for it to transform and change, right? Within your own mind, within your own thoughts, and you were able to release yourself and overcome, right? You went through it because you knew that was the way to your dreams, to the light. And so we have judgment here. You are ascending, you are blessed, and you are going to be extremely blessed. Okay, this is your rebirth. You are maybe getting recognition with the star, and then we have recognition here, right? You're going to be seen in a big way. You're going to have a lot of eyes on you, have a lot of recognition for what you've been able to accomplish or do, okay, or create and be and become. You're having this big promotion, this big up-leveling. And with that, that's also going to bring some eyes on you that are not so favorable. Okay, so it's basically saying with great power comes great responsibility. Yes, but with great light comes darkness as well. And you're ready to handle that. Okay, because you have the knowledge, you're going to be able to see that yes, there is blessing in the struggle, that there's two sides to everything, that even when you're illuminated, you have to be the light in the darkness. There's still going to be darkness. There's still going to be difficulty and struggle, right? But there's also going to be friendship and gratitude and nourishment and love and and fun and beauty and enjoying, but at the same time there's also going to be people and people you come across that are going through their own versions of hell or darkness, that and the thing is that you can only be the light. You can only shine the light and be an example of the light and say, look, I'm over here. You can come here. You can get here too, right? But you have to go on your own journey. I can't do it for you, right? So there has to be this almost like detachment of, I can't run the river for you. I can't do the journey for you. But I can tell you, look, I made it through. I'm an example. I'm up here now and you can come meet me, right? It's just that a lot of people aren't going to be willing to do that journey that you did. And so it's going to turn into envy or jealousy, okay? Because you have the bone that people want. You're going to have the gift, the blessing. You're going to be in the place, have the thing that people want, okay? And so you're going to have to deal with that as well, okay? That's going to be part of it. And so it's not sugarcoating. It's like, yes, you are going to be severely blessed, okay? It's blessed in the best way, right? You're ascending, right? You are being chosen because of the work that you've done, because of what you've been able to get past and let go of and heal, and get through, okay? And the knowledge that you have seeked within yourself, within life, within God, okay? And this is just saying, it's not all. There's also suffering in that because you're seeing other people suffer and you don't want them to suffer. You want them to be where you're at too. But people have to do their own work. Okay. And so there's everything in every experience, and just knowing that, and just knowing that you can only be the light, that you can only hold that light for them. And you can't walk the path for them. Okay. All right. So, yeah, that was your reading. I just got a little bang in the cupboard there. That was your reading, pile number 2. I hope this was helpful. I know it's a grand blessing that you are entering. You're entering a very, very blessed phase, a very blessed place in your life. And there are going to be people around you that you can both nourish each other, that are going to be there for you. There's going to be great friendships and great connections that are there that, you know, it's going to be like food for you. Like, oh, this is great. This conversation was great. You know, this presence, this person, I'm so glad they're in my life. But there's also going to be this surrounding, like in the new, like you're going to see other people going through difficulty, and that can be hard, right? But you just have to know that that doesn't mean that you don't have to enjoy the place in which you're at. Enjoy the light, knowing that there's a grand plan for everything, and that people are on their own journey and their own path, and they have to get through it themselves, and that there might be some shade thrown your way, and you have to kind of ignore that or turn away from that, or just focus on what you're doing. Focus on yourself. Okay. Pile number 2. So that was your reading today. That I hope this helped you. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if it was. Also let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to know more about your own situation, you can book a personal reading with me or a personal healing with me down in the description box. Okay, there's more information on my website there that is linked, or if you want to email me, you can do that as well. All right, so with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Pile number 2. All of my love. Peace. Hello, number 3. Pile number 3. Welcome to your reading today. Today's reading is advice on a point of struggle for you, maybe a situation which you find yourself in at this time, something you might be, having a little bit of a struggle with. It doesn't have to be a big struggle. It could be for some, but for others, it might just be something small. Okay. And if you're wondering what these numbers are and missed the intro, okay, I now do, I pick numbers out of a bowl, so that can be easier for some people to pick their pile. Okay, so I'm just going to put these to the side. I'll also show you, so we're doing a little bit more of a structured reading today. We're doing a point of struggle. We're going to do some advice and then an outcome. Okay, so a little bit more of a focus today. And there's your stone, the howlite. And the deck we're using for you guys is the Medieval Feathers Tarot. Okay, so point of struggle for pile 3. This is the only deck I use reversals in, so we're going to take them as they are. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles in the reverse with attention. We have Six of Swords in reverse with capitulation. And we have the Eight of Wands in reverse with commitment. Okay. So for you guys, the point of struggle I'm seeing here is there is a commitment. Okay, there is something in your life that needs your attention. There's something it's like you've given up on that you need to focus on, that you need to put your attention or more attention towards. Okay, this card talks about giving up on something too early. All right, kind of being a little too maybe passive on something, or just throwing in the towel. But this is a commitment that needs your attention. So for some, this could be a business, a project that you've been wanting to start, and then it starts getting a little bit difficult and you're like, okay, well, I don't know, this is too much. And you kind of give up, or you throw in the towel, or you lose interest. Okay, and this is saying this needs your more commitment now. You need to be committed to this thing. It's about going in, harder, putting a little more attention towards it. Because I think at this moment specifically, it extra needs that attention from you. And it's just, it doesn't want you to give up on something. And that could be a relationship even as well, okay? It's like it just needs a little more time and love and attention. And it could be really something great and positive. And maybe that's something that you struggle with, is committing or sticking with something. It could be, maybe you're a little bit, I don't want to say maybe flighty. I don't want to offend you, but it's like, and it's not an offensive thing. It's just like, I'm trying to put words to the energy, like almost a little like, maybe attention deficit, right? Like once I get bored of something, I'm moving on, right? But whatever this is more important. It's like might be a struggle for you to discipline yourself to do, but it's needed, okay? Because maybe your typical response would be flight, would be, okay, this is getting hard, this is getting difficult, or there's a blockage, that must mean it's not working. That must mean it's not meant to be or meant for me. When in reality, this is meant for you to almost double down, buckle down, get even more committed, sit down with it, see what's there, talk it through, look into it, keep it going. It's like, it's not everything's going to be super easy and flowing and keep your attention and keep your interest. It's like sometimes things get hard. Sometimes, things get a little more difficult. Sometimes the phases of certain things they change, and not every single phase is easy or exciting. And so especially in those moments, we have to stay committed. We have to buckle down. We have to give it more attention, right? It's like when you have a pet or a child, right? And they're acting out, right? You don't just give up on them, right? This is a commitment you made, right? And if something feels a little bit hard, or they're struggling with something, right? That means they need more attention. We need to give them more of our attention, not less. If we just walked away from them, that's, they're going to struggle. They're going to have a hard time. This is not going to turn into, or they're not going to turn into the best version of themselves. We need to help them along, nurture this along, right? Not give up and not walk away and not throw in the towel, right? It needs our time and attention on it. And then you're going to see the movement. It's like right now you might not be seeing the movement, right? It might feel stuck or still, okay? And it's only because it's like, it's just either it's a phase. It needs your time and attention. That's all I can say. It needs your time and attention on this. And it's not the time to walk away. It's not the time to throw in the towel. It's not the time to give up. It's time to commit. Okay, we're gonna get some more. King of Swords, determination, exactly. We need to like take control, take the power, and be determined. Five of Swords, breakthrough. So this is your advice here. And Judgment with persistence. That's exactly it. I'm just gonna cover up these little dots here. Okay. Yeah, so these two are upright. This is in the reverse, but still, it's like, it's still giving us the persistence. This needs our persistence, and you will have a breakthrough. Because you might just be like, well, maybe I'm just doing all this for nothing. Like, what if nothing comes of it, right? This is requiring you to be determined. Stand in your power, stand in your knowledge, stand in that determination. Hold the sword strong, okay? Find the strength within you, find the courage to show up, to you know, not give up on this, to be a real leader, a real, you know, the King of Swords. He does the job right. He does it till it's finished. He puts everything he has into it because he's a master, because he's gotten to be the king for a reason, right? And that's not from giving up when things get hard or get difficult, okay? It's from doubling down when they get hard and difficult. Having the persistence, having the determination, and then having the breakthrough. This is giving you the promise of a breakthrough here. Okay, if you can just not give up and not just be idle or passive, because this is something that you care about. This is something that you want in your life. So you need to find the power, you need to find the strength to say, I'm going to make this happen for myself. I'm going to be determined and disciplined and show up every single day, even on days I don't want to, right? I'm going to at least sit there, give it my attention. Doesn't mean that every day you need to give 110%, right? Not every day you're going to find that within yourself, but at least every day you can show up and give it your presence, give it your attention as much as you can give it, right? Work on it little by little, day by day, okay? Don't feel overwhelmed. Just give it what you can give it, right? In your day, it's giving that persistence, showing up for yourself, showing up for this thing, okay? You will lead you to a breakthrough. It will break down the blockages, the difficulty, or the slowness, or the, you know, the maybe the darkness that we're finding ourselves in within it, the struggle. Okay, this is basically the point in which most people will turn back and then not get the outcome that they desire. Okay, they won't get the manifestation, they won't get the dream, because they go, okay, well, there's a blockage, there's a wall here. I don't know, I don't have the energy, I don't have the desire to, or the discipline or the determination to figure my way around this. But you're different. You can. You just have to persist. You have it within you. You are the King of Swords. They're saying this is already within you. You can do this. You just have to show up and wield the sword. You can figure your way around this. Okay, you can get through this. You are smart. Okay, King of Swords, so smart. Smartest king by far. Okay, use your mind. Use the power of your mind to make this happen, or make this work, or get past this feeling of indolence, okay, of passiveness, of wishy-washiness. Find it, you know, do things that are going to help you find it. exercise, find things that are going to rev your engines up, right? So that you can say, okay, today I'm writing my plan. Today I'm going to do this, this, and this. Today I'm going to work through this. I'm going to sit with the problem. I'm going to give it my attention, or I'm going to sit with what I'm doing and just do it. I'm writing, right? King of Swords, amazing communicator. Maybe it means just writing down my thoughts, or writing down a plan for what I'm going to do today or tomorrow, or writing down a plan of what I want, right? And then taking small steps or small actions every day to make small accomplishments, right? To just persist on it. Persist. And persist just means showing up, giving our attention, taking it day by day, and eventually you're going to have a massive breakthrough that makes things so much easier and makes it all flow. But we all have to work through the blockages that come. We can't let them stop us, because most people are going to stop there. And that's why most people don't achieve their dreams and settle for less, right? Settle for whatever just comes around. It's like we act like if it's not easy, it's not meant for me. But we forget that dreams are meant to challenge us, right? They are challenging. They are going to bring us out of a comfort zone, especially if there's something big, right? It's not just, oh, I get to stay in my comfort zone the whole time, my whole life, and it's just all going to just flow and ease. It's like, no, sometimes you come up against, you're on the journey and you come up against a forest, a dark forest, or a big brick wall, and you have to figure out your way through it, right? You have to figure out, am I going to climb over this? And then you keep trying and you keep trying. Am I going to dig under this? Am I going to try and go around it? You got to figure your way around this thing, and you will have a breakthrough. You're going to try a couple times. Maybe it doesn't work that way. And so you have to keep figuring out a new way forward. But that's what makes the king. That's what teaches you the lesson of how best to get over these struggles or these obstacles that come into our way. And that's what makes kings, right? We don't get made into a king by having an easy, simple life, right? That keeps you at one level. But if you come up and you accept the quest, you accept the challenge of, you know what, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to go and I'm going to see what comes my way, and I'm going to work myself through it. You are smart. So smart. You can figure this out. You'll figure your way out. You just have to keep showing up, and eventually you'll get through it. Eventually you'll figure it out. Eventually, by your just putting your attention on it, it'll work itself out. It'll happen. The answer will come. The moment, the light bulb, it will come through your persistence. Then you have that awakening, enlightening moment. Oh my gosh, here it is, right? I had to walk over this way, and then there was a ledge I didn't see before because I was just looking at it from this one angle. I was just trying to work it through on this one side. I just had to see it from a different way, or walk over it this way. And then I figure out, okay, there's a ledge. There's it's that energy. It's just, and it might not be something physical, right? It could be within the writing. I haven't had a breakthrough within my thing yet, right? I haven't had that breakthrough. People haven't heard me. And it's just because you keep putting the work out there, and eventually something's going to hit with somebody, or over time, slowly, more and more people get to know you. More and more people hear your name, right? More and more people read it. Maybe you have to put it out there in a different way, in a new way. It's just the persistence of doing it catches fire. And sometimes it's slow. Here's a little fire, and then it turns into a bigger fire, and a bigger fire, and a bigger fire. Okay, but you will have that breakthrough. You just have to keep going. Okay, keep going. Please don't give up. We're gonna get an outcome for you. It's funny, your message is super, super clear, and that's why we're getting through it really quickly. But we're gonna get your outcome now, but then I'm gonna pull you some other cards, which, every reading has been different, but this is yours. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands with restraint, and then we have the King of Cups in reverse with the negativity. I think this is more advice here. Restraint brings negativity for you. For you, you know, everyone, if you're at this pile right now, everyone gets to certain things in their own time, in their own way. It's like, by you holding back, it brings negativity and it makes you see this thing in a negative way. You need to be all in. All in. You need to go for it. You need to take action on it. Okay? This is telling you to be so on it and so in it and be determined and take action and be passionate. Okay? Because you pulling back or you restraining, it's bringing you negative emotions, negative thoughts. You're seeing it in a negative way, in a way that makes it seem undesirable or not good, or like this isn't meant for me, or like this is too hard, or this is, you know, it's now got a negative spin on it. But it's only because you're not putting all of your attention on it. You're not putting enough action into it. If you did, your vision of it, how you see it, how you perceive it will change. Okay, because what it needs to be is your attention and your positive attention and your positive action to become what you want it to become how you ideally want to see it. You're the key. You're the hidden factor. It's not going to be what you want first, and then you guys can be like, oh my gosh, this is it. Now I can take action. Now I want it. No, you have to shape it. You have to shape it. Your attention, your action has to shape this thing into what you want it to become. Okay? So by you not putting anything on it or not putting enough action or attention on it is now making you see it negatively. Okay? I'm going to hold back. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to just passively, idly sit here, and if something happens, it happens. If not, it doesn't. That's actually coming out of a negative place. Okay? That's making your own emotions more, tilting more on the negative and making you see this thing in the negative. They'll come to me if this is a relationship, let's say. They'll come to me. That's coming from a place of, well, it's not my responsibility, it's on them. Which is not the case at all. Or this is not my responsibility. Life, if it's meant to be, it'll come to me. And sometimes that's true, but in this case, it's not true. In this case, it needs you to be an active member of making this happen, of making this become what it needs to become. You're an active member of your dream. You're an active member of this relationship. You're an active member of your life. It's not all just going to happen for you. You need to take action towards it as well. You need to be active on it. You need to figure things out. You need to work it out. You need to put things into it for it to become anything. Because by you restraining, it's just turning into a negative vision, a negative thing. It's going to become more negative. Okay, until it's a lost dream or a lost hope, and then it's nothing but bitterness and resentment. And it's only because you didn't take action on it or you gave up on it. Okay? Let's see the outcome. If you act on this, if you put your time and attention and action towards this, what's the outcome? Ace of Swords, upright, mentality, victory, clarity, success. Okay, yes, the new beginning. Okay, so we have the Ten of Cups in reverse, ungrateful. And we have the Two of Swords in reverse, limitations. It's in your mentality. You could have the Ten of Cups. This can give you the Ten of Cups. This can give you a victory and success, okay? But right now you're seeing it with like, you're being ungrateful by you taking away your attention, okay? It's limiting your outcome. It's limiting the result, okay? And it's all in your own mentality. It's all in how you see this thing, how you are withholding your attention or your action towards it. So your mentality is ungrateful, is showing I'm ungrateful for this, whether you're aware of that or not. By you not taking action, by you not putting your time and attention towards it, it is limiting you. It's showing, oh, okay, this person doesn't care, they're ungrateful for this. And so that's reflecting in the outer world. So you can turn this Ten of Cups upside down. You can make this a true success in your life, okay? You have to change your mentality about it. You have to take the sword in your hand and wield it and go towards it and make it happen for yourself, okay? You have to become the leadership. It needs your leadership. It needs you. Otherwise, it's going to turn into, yeah, like we said, ungratefulness, a broken dream, a resentment, okay? We need to take the limitations off because you're seeing this in a very limited way. And it's creating limitations. Your ungratefulness of what you have, right? Of who's around you or what this is, that you even have this dream. Okay, and by you not taking action on it is wasting it, is being ungrateful for it, which is putting the limitations, greater limitations on it. And it's all starting with your thoughts about it, with your mentality, okay? With how you think things are, how they're gonna happen. And I'm sorry if this feels like a bit of an ass kicking, but honestly, sometimes we need it. Okay, and it's all but love because we want you to be successful and we want you to have success in this thing and to have it be its full love, fullness, right? You want to have this being fulfilled for you. Okay? And there is so much hope for this in you. But right now you are limiting it with your ungratefulness of giving up, of not taking action or not putting in what you need to put in. Being too passive, blasé. Okay, you need to be passionate. Take control, take the sword. Say, I can do this. I'm gonna make this happen, right? I'm gonna put in my work. I'm gonna show up for myself for this thing. Okay. I'm gonna get another message. Yeah, Ten of Swords in reverse, frustration. Justice in reverse, liberation. You'll liberate yourself out of this frustration. Hangman in reverse, ignorance. Five of Coins, interference. Yeah, you might think, well, I don't have the resources to put into this, and that frustrates you, and you're focusing too much on the limiting aspects of what's going on around you. Limited maybe funds, finances, limited resources. okay, that's giving you frustration. And that's what you're focusing on instead of working with what you have. Okay, you can liberate yourself. It is time to liberate yourself out of ignorance. It is time to remove your limitations that you've put on yourself and work towards removing the limitations. These things are interfering, okay? These thoughts, even if you are limited in your physical world, we all have limitations of some kind. Don't let that stop you. Do not let that stop you, because by you letting these things interfere, it's giving you frustration. And it's actually coming from a very limited viewpoint and an ungratefulness of what the reality is, which is you do have things around you. You do have resources. You have the power of action. You can take action. You can go towards, you can communicate with people. You can, meditate. You can heal. You can work down. You can sit with a pen and paper. You can sit on your computer. You can do research. You can do certain things. You can find a way to make something happen for yourself, and make little by little. Even you don't have to have it all worked out before you sit down. Just sit down and start working it out. You will liberate yourself. You will see a way forward. You will make a way forward. So stop letting certain limitations or seeming limitations stop you, okay, and put you into this space of frustration and inaction, okay, because that is not helping you. You need to help yourself before God will make you find a way, okay? If you can show up and you can say, I'm committed to this, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to make a way for myself, you will see God will start making a way for you to get through everything. He will bring blessings. He will remove obstacles. You will feel liberated, okay? You are just seeing something from a very limited viewpoint right now, and you need to just sit down and start acting and start doing things that are going to help you move out of this limited space. Ten of Wands in reverse, disloyalty. Three of Wands in reverse, self-discipline. Nine of Cups, harmony. There we go. You need to be loyal to your self-discipline. You need to show up for yourself. Be loyal to yourself and disciplined. Disciplined to this goal, to this dream, to this manifestation, to this wish, and you will align into harmony with your wish. This is upright. This is your wish. It wants to come true for you. It is here for you to reach, to get to hold, to have. It just requires your self-discipline. It requires your loyalty to the dream, to the wish, to yourself. Okay, and being loyal, it only means something when it's difficult, right? If it's just you and this thing and everything's so easy, or you and this person and you're the only two people in the room, loyalty is easy. Loyalty isn't easy when you make a commitment to each other and you're in the world and there's temptations down every path. There's temptations to give up, temptations to walk away, temptations to jump ship. Right? The grass is always greener. Those is when your loyalty means the most, right? When you face difficulty and challenge and you have to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline creates harmony. Loyalty creates harmony, creates alignment to our wish. Loyal to your dream, loyalty to what you do by you showing up for it every day, working on it every day, doing it every day. That is your discipline. That's me saying, I want this. I'm committed to this. I'm going to make this happen, right? Doesn't mean you have to take giant leaps and get successful right away, and it will come, but you have to align with the harmony of it. You have to say, this is mine. I'm being self-disciplined. I am being loyal, and you will get to the harmony. Every relationship, gets tested in the beginning, right? Tested with the temptation. Are you guys going to make it through? Are you going to be loyal? Because if you can do that, if you can be disciplined with each other, you will get to the harmony, you will get to the ease, you will get to this overwhelming sense of fulfillment and love and beauty, where you're that really cute old couple who's holding hands in the end, and because they've been loyal to each other, right? They've done the work. They've been good. They've shown up, right? They didn't walk away. They didn't give up, right? They got through it all, and they did it together, and they did it by showing up. Right? Showing up for themselves and showing up for that other person because they love them, they care about them, they want them to be the best that they can be, right? So that's what this is. You have to align, you have to work to get to the harmony. You have to be disciplined. That's the key. And it's not, dreams aren't, they're dreams for a reason. They're not the easy path. The easy path is the giving up path and just getting a 9-to-5, right? And I'm not crapping on that. I'm just saying whatever your dream is, okay? It's the easy thing is to give up. The easy thing is to just walk away and say, well, I tried. No, you didn't. You didn't really try. Because if you did try, you would get it. And you don't get it right away. It takes time. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with getting in and knowing that this is a journey. And knowing that I will gain in strength and confidence and becoming a king. Every king starts as a page, starts as a learner, starts as a beginner. Right? And you have to be okay with the process of learning and becoming and taking action. Right? And overcoming. And then you gain strength, and then you gain wisdom, and then you gain the knowledge, and then you gain the success, and then everyone knows you for that, and then you become, this leader. Or you at least become, successful in this thing, and it becomes easier. But first, you got to face the challenge. And that's the tough part, is the beginning. Is showing up when it's hard. Showing up when it's easy. Right? Everyone can do that. And if that was the case, everyone would be living their dream life and their dream world with the dream marriage and the dream job, and right? But that's not the case, because it requires us to face our challenge, our difficulty, our fear. It requires us to get uncomfortable. If your thing is limited funds or laziness or, wanting life to do it for you, then that's going to require you to step up big time and to step up for yourself. Everyone has a thing they have to step up to. They have to challenge themselves with. They have to change. Discipline. Okay? And so this is what this is requiring you to do. Show up. Take action. Get inspired. Your attention will shape and mold this thing. It's not going to do it first or for you. It's not going to become what it is. And then you can come and say, oh, well, here it is. Great. It happened of its own. It's like, no, you're an active player here. You need to mold this and shape this and become it. Okay. So if you're still here, pile 3, you are an animal. Okay. You are a total beast. I love you guys. You're amazing, and you have so much potential. That's why the energy is like this, because they're like, come on, like, you can do it. You have so much potential. You have such a beautiful dream. You have such beauty here that you can become. You are the strength. You are the King of Swords. So step into that, right? Know that. And don't sit down idly and let life pass you by. Like, stand in that power and take it, right? Take it. Be it, right? Okay? You are so powerful, All right. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You just need to show up in that way. Watch how things transform. If you face the challenge, if you show up, and maybe the challenge is yourself, is your own mentality, and show up and fight against that. Fight against the passé, blasé, maybe tomorrow. No, fight that today, now. Do it. Okay? I believe in you. Believe in yourself. Okay? You have to do this. No one's going to do it for you. Pile 3. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming to your reading today. I do hope this was helpful for you. If you're here, give a shout out to Pile 3. If you stuck through that, oh my gosh, you guys are monsters. Okay. You're the best. Shout out Pile 3. I know you can do this. You're seriously a killer. Okay. Thank you so much. And also, if you did enjoy this reading, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you'd like to have a little more support at this time, you can book a personal reading or an energy healing with me down in the description box on my website. If you have any questions, you can email me. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading, Pile 3. All my love. Peace.